episode of Singularity. Now, we're going to be finishing all of this area. Prokaryotic cell, the first living organism. These tiny unicellular organisms lacked a membrane-wrapped nucleus, but paved the way for life to begin. Time to buy 90 of them. 4 signs of life bubble up in the primordial soup. Prokaryotic cell. Prokaryotic cell. Advancements. Beginnings. Evolved first living organism. Prokaryotes have high metabolic and growth rates, leading them to be not only the first true organisms on Earth, but also one of the most prolific. Amino origins. 25 amino acids created. In 1806, French chemists Louis Nicolas Vauquelin and Pierre-Jean Robert-Crete isolated a compound in asparagus that was subsequently named asparagine, the first amino acid to be discovered. Okay, Mummy, I can't press pause. Mummy, it's working. I delete all the recordings that have been successfully uploaded. Mummy. Achievement. Acids everywhere. 50 amino acids created. A complete protein is a food source that contains an adequate proportion of each of the 9 essential amino acids necessary in the human diet. Mummy, I'm learning. And this is a video game, so video games can make you learn. Achievement. Acid trip. 100 amino acids created. What do you call an acid with an attitude? Amino acid. Oh, I guess there were some puns as well. Terrible pun. Luke. Achievement. A dip in the gene pool. 25 DNA created. DNA or deoxyribonucleic acid. Deoxyribonucleic acid. Ribonucleic acid is the blueprint for all living things. It contains the genetic data needed for creatures to reproduce. Oddly specific, but okay. Unzip your genes. 20 DNA created. Every human shares about 99% of their DNA with every other human. DNA strands come together to form tight coils to create a chromosome. Humans have 23 pairs for a total of 46 chromosomes. Achievement. Liquid assets. 25 prokaryotic cells created. The contents of a prokaryotic cell float around freely in a liquid substance called cytoplasm due to the lack of a nuclear membrane. Achievement. Get cultured. 50 prokaryotic cells created. Bacteria are prokaryotic cells. That was a bit of a weird achievement, but okay, I guess. So in this video, I will hopefully try and create every Luke, why are you watching the TV? Every single every single creature in the prokaryotic soup. Now, let me just, so date and time. Now set it forward to the 19th of July. Now go back to Soda Singularity. Offline earnings. Oh, only 1 million. Oh. Not July, December. Oh, no, let me. And I can't double. Why? 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 Now December, January, change. Change again. Change to December. No, change to December again. Change. Yes, now DNA replication. The basis for biological inheritance, DNA replicates by producing identical copies of existing DNA so that traits can be passed on from one organism to its offspring. Enzymes, amino acid are 100% more efficient. To produce a reaction, you must first have a catalyst. Enzymes act as the trigger for biochemical reactions. They are necessary to kickstart the metabolic processes that sustain life. Polypeptides. When amino acids bond together, they create a chain that becomes an integral building block in creating proteins. Chromosomes. Chromosomes are DNA molecules containing genetic material. They preserve genomic sequences and allow for traits to be passed from parent to offspring. Virus. A virus is a biological agent which replicates within other cells. Surprisingly, its ability to infiltrate the DNA of other organisms is one reason that humans even exist. Bacteria. Bacteria are unicellular microorganisms that have cell walls, but none of the organelles that make up multicellular organisms. Oh, some can make you sick. Most bacteria are harmless, and many are actually necessary for you to survive. Mitosis. Mitosis is a process of asexual reproduction where one cell divides into two identical cells. It occurs only in eukaryotic cells and enables single-celled organisms to multiply. Asexual reproduction. Similar to mitosis, asexual reproduction is a process by which an entire organism is produced from a single parent. Some types of asexual reproduction are budding, sporification, and parthenogenesis. What? Now, nucleus. A cell's control center, the nucleus contains the chromosomes that house DNA. Flagellum. Flagellum is a tail-like appendage that protrudes from a cell body and helps it to move around. Mitochondria. The powerhouse of the cell. Mitochondria are organelles that convert glucose to energy. Life created. Eukaryotic cell. The prokaryotic cell's more complex cousin, eukaryotic cells have a nucleus to store genetic information. Fungi, plants, animals, and protozoa are all built of eukaryotic cells. Powerhouse of the cell. Eukaryotic cells contain organelles, including the nucleus, chloroplast, and mitochondria. Did you know the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell? Well, everyone in high school knows that. Eukaryotic ephemeria. The concept of the eukaryote has been attributed to the French biologist Edouard Chatillon. Cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is a gel-like, colorless substance that fills the inside of a eukaryotic cell. It is secured by the cell membrane and all of the organelles float in it. Tissue. Tissues are groups of cells come together to perform a specific function. Organs are formed by groups of tissues. Filter feeding. A passive way of finding nourishment involves having nutrients filter through an organism's body. This is the feeding method of choice for shellfish, krill, and sponges. sexual reproduction, a long method of cell multiplication including both mitosis and mitosis. Sexual reproduction combines genetic information from two individuals of different types or sexes to create a new organism. Muscles. Muscles are fibrous tissues in an animal's body with the ability to contract. This action enables the muscles to move to unmoving the bones that are attached to them. Swimming. Simple act of swimming gave many organisms the ability to move from one location to another for the first time. Nervous system. Nervous system is a network of cells that sends stimuli through an organism's body in the form of an electrical impulse. In the form of electrical impulses, it is controlled by a central brain. Whew, I did a lot of reading just now. Thank you, Mummy. It's a bit hard for me sometimes, but I'm getting used to it by making videos of Sound of Singularity. Yeah. If we close that, wait, what? Hmm. I can hear myself, Mummy. Chloroplasts. Chloroplasts are found only in plant cells. They contain the pigment chlorophyll and are where the process of photosynthesis takes place. One becomes the many. The first multicellular organism merges. Sponge. Life created sponge. Sponge. The world's first multicellular organism. Sponges are stationary filter feeders. They are a product of multiple eukaryotic cells coming together. Oh, whoopsies. Why did in the world did I do that? Life leaves the ocean floor and the journey begins. And now I'm creating ocean animals. I was just meant to do cells today. Jellyfish. Jellyfish are soft-bodied, free-swimming aquatic animals with a gelatinous umbrella-shaped body and long floating tentacles. They can propel themselves through water by pulsing their body. Now, Mummy. Also, Mummy, there's something that keeps showing up whenever I change the time to get some monies inside of Singularity. Can I show you? Oh, whoops, I just got rid of it. Well, I can show you next time. Then. Boop. It is pretty cool. Now, eukaryotic cell. Doop. Mm. I can hardly buy anything right now, so let's do that again. Oh yeah, Mummy, it's right here now. It's right here. Look. No Microsoft Edge search bar. What is this thing? I'm put. Go into trash. Why is this even here? It's not anybody's. Just randomly showed up. It's a Microsoft Edge thingy that it's a Microsoft Edge search bar which no one will use ever because it's Microsoft Edge. No one uses Microsoft Edge. Now, if we go into Singularity again, we should. Yep, we just got billions. Ribosomes. Ribosomes are tiny particles that help to synthesize proteins and polysaccharides in the cell. I have hardly any jellyfish or poop, and hardly any sponge, so boop. Now, okay, that is a lot of achievements. Share and share alike. Prokaryotic cells and eukaryotic cells share 4 characteristics: DNA, RNA, a cytoplasm, and a cell membrane. Pump up the volume. Eukaryotic cells are typically much larger than those of prokaryotes. They have a volume of about around 100,000 times greater than the prokaryotic cell. Squishy! Sponges do not have nervous, digestive, or circulatory systems. Instead, most rely on maintaining a constant water flow through their bodies to obtain food and oxygen and to remove waste. I still can't get over the fact that it says squishy. Hospitable. Sponges can provide a home for up to 1,600 creatures, to 16,000 creatures when they are alive. Okay, I like how the sponge achievements are just one word. Don't be a jelly! Jellyfish have no brain, heart, bones, or eyes. They are invertebrates with a basic nervous system called a nerve net, which allows them to smell. They smell stinky, detect light, and, and respond to other stimuli. Well hydrated. Jellyfish are 95% water. Okay, this game is just funny. Funny, funny, funny. Funny, funny. Funny bunny, funny, fun. 5.72. Humans are supposed to be 80% water. About 80 or 70. And offline earnings. 300 billion! If we get boop, boop. 100, yes. Now that should be all we need to unlock for now. These two are for logic thingy. Now if we go, we should wait, 3 new advancements, huh? Oh, achievement. Upward and onward. Evolve life that can swim. As basic creatures develop the ability to swim, they leave the grounding of the ocean floor and are available to explore new worlds, heading towards the surface. Sponge bath. I like how it just went from evolving life that can swim to sponge bath. There are about 5,000 species of sea sponges found worldwide. Flight of the jellyfish! 2,478 jellyfish polyps were launched into space aboard the Space Shuttle Columbia in 1991, where biologist Dorothy Spangborg studied the effects of spaceflight on calcium loss in the animals. Okay, these achievements are getting funnier and funnier. Just why? Just why, Singularity? Just why? It doesn't say. Yeah, the achievements are supposed to be funny, mummy. The achievements in the game, mummy, that I'm playing. It's getting a bit tiring changing the date on here from January to December, so I can get lots of money. Yeah. But if you do it for too long, then weird things start happening in your game. No. Hermaphroditism. Organisms with hermaphroditism have either a complete or partial set of, of both male and female reproductive systems. Animals with hermaphroditism include clownfish, earthworms, and snails. Well, it's hard. It's hard. Died. Phangiocotic cell. Phangiocytes, or white blood cells, are cells that have the ability to ingest other cells or harmful foreign particles and are essential to producing immunity to infectious or contaminating agents. Coral. Coral. Coral is a marine invertebrate with a hard calcium carbonate exoskeleton. Mummy, I can't pronounce them 100% perfectly, so I'm doing it really weird to be funny. Colonies of corals that grow together can create reefs, diverse underwater ecosystems that provide a home for many sea creatures. Oscula. As sponges gain nutrients by letting water pass through them, they also need a way to excrete what's left over. The oscula is a hole where this wastewater passes out of the sponge when it's done feeding. Radial symmetry. Organisms that can be divided into identical pieces around a central point. This form of symmetry is more complex than bilateral symmetry. Syndocytes. One of the first organic weapons. Okay? These are explosive cells that fire out a toxic harpoon for self-defense and hunting. Polyp. Polyp, polyp. Polyp, polyp. Polyp, polyp, polyp. Polyps are non-mobile, sea-dwelling creatures consisting of a tube with a mouth surrounded by tentacles. Some examples of polyps include coral and sea anemones. Yeah. Flatworm. I just created 70 flatworms. The flatworm is the first organism with bilateral symmetry. This game saves in background, okay, which enables the beginnings of the brain and internal organs. These simple creatures set the stage for vertebrates to come. Now I'm gonna set the time from January to December again, because I just want more monies. January, change, December, December, change. Eh, January, change, December, change. Again? No. Now if I go back then, bioluminescence. And do you like that one? Enzyme catalyst reactions in their cells enable some creatures to emit light from their bodies. Organisms that can do this include some species of insects, jelly, and fungi. Yes, I got a whole trillion from that. Now I'm gonna do it again. Hey, Mummy. Now in a year, I'm getting a trillion. Trillion monies, obviously. What? I was being funny. Now, change back to January. Change. Nah, nah. Now I can get 3 achievements. Tape as old as time. A fossilized tapeworm, a species of flatworm, has been found that dates back to 270 million years ago. That sucks. Flatworms can extend their mouths into their prey and use them like a vacuum cleaner to suck out their victims' insides. Yikes. You better not be eating. Oh, you're eating. You spineless worm! Flatworms have no bones and use their cilia, tiny hairs on the underside of their bodies, to crawl and move around. Cocoon. Fertilized eggs. Yeah, a bit like caterpillar eggs. Legs. Fertilized eggs are encased in a cocoon within a flatworm's body. The cocoon is released into the ocean waters. The cocoon provides nourishment to the egg, and, which will later develop and hatch. Bilateral symmetry. Organisms with an identical left and right sides, a head and a tail, display bilateral symmetry. This adaptation helped early organisms to develop more complex nervous systems. Heart. Heart. The heart is an organ dedicated to pumping blood through an organism. The center of the circulatory system. This organ is essential to keeping an animal alive. Nerve cord. No, that's the next thing that I just unlocked. Nerve cord. The nerve cord. Hey, I'm just unlocking all the organs at the moment. The nerve cord is a bundle of nerve fibers that run down an animal's body. Alone, they form a simple version of a nervous system. Medulla, medulla oblongata. A structure located in the lower part of the brainstem, the medulla, controls the automatic functions of the body, including heartbeat, breathing, and sleeping. It evolved in fish about 500 million years ago and forms a large portion of the reptile brain. Pigment spot. A light-sensitive receptor, the pigment spot was a primitive eye. It allowed early organisms to tell light from dark. Vertebrate. Vertebrae are bones that protect the spinal cord. They are the literal backbone of evolution. Hey, Mummy, should I unlock predation? Okay, the picture is a crocodile with a goldfish in its mouth. Predation is the biological interaction where an animal becomes an aggressor or predator and eats another animal, the prey. Now, guys, I just need to get fish, and that'll be it for today. I'll change it from January to December again. Change. Now go back to Singularity. Get my money. 3 trillion? That's not enough. I need to get 3 layers skin. That sounds really weird to you. Probably because it is. And yeah. Whoops, no. Singularity. Collect. 3-layer skin. Unlike sponges and jellyfish, flatworms possess a layer of organized cells in between their outer membrane and the inner lining of their digestive space. Fish. With fins to maneuver the ancient seas, fish evolved from the less agile invertebrates and rapidly diversified to take control of the oceans. Now 90, or almost done, almost. Yes, I'm almost finished. Now, if I go back, then I should have enough to get 100 fish. And no, I don't have enough for 100 fish. I only have enough for 90. It's not close enough. I need it to be exact, Mummy. But on the good side, I'm getting 10 trillion. I'm getting 6 trillion monies each time. Yes, I can get 100. And life created. Fish. The fish go wiggle wiggle. Na 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 wiggle wiggle. Oh, Mummy, I'm about to unlock a butt. Excretion opening. Most creatures develop a specific hole in which waste is exclusively excreted. This is necessary to evolve complex digestive systems. Jaw. The articulated bones that surround the mouth. Jaws make respiration and nutrition more efficient. They enable chewing. Hold the teeth and protect the tongue and soft palate. Fish egg, a self-contained life support system designed to help an embryo survive in a wet environment. The egg increases the reproductive rate of fish. Fish eggs are jelly-like and sometimes semi-translucent. Fins, the proto-limb. Fins would eventually develop into hind legs that would help mammals, reptiles, birds, and amphibians travel on land. Cold-blooded. Cold-blooded animals rely on an external heat source to control their body temperature. This allows them to have conservative metabolisms and save energy. It can also make them vulnerable to overheating or freezing. Gills. Gills are respiratory organs that allow fish to extract oxygen from the water around them. This lets them breathe underwater. Lungfish. Lungfish, a freshwater fish that first became abundant in the Triassic era. Don't you mean period? They breathe air and can survive on dry land by burrowing into the mud with their fins. Now, I just need to do the trick one last time. Now, January and hey, and Mummy, what's the month? Is it July? Now, if I change it to the current time, then hopefully I should get enough. Hopefully, huh? It's not even showing me offline earnings. Oh well, July. Change to December. Change. Yeah, if I go back, then yes, offline earnings and 20 trillion, pretty good. But looks like I might need to repeat the trick one last time. Okay, so January, change. Now if I change to December, go back in here now. 45 trillion, yes. Eye. Evolving from a humble pigment spot, the eyeball is a round, jelly-like organ. Processes light into electrical signals that travel from our retina into our brain. These signals are turned into images, enabling us to see. I'm almost finished. Just keep swimming. 25 fish created. Fish have been on the earth for more than 450 million years. Whale of a tail. Many of the largest sea dwelling animals are mammals, not fish. These include whales and dolphins. Sharks, however, are fish, day-old fish. The oldest recording fish in human history was an Australian lungfish named Gwanda that died in 2017, the wipeout age of 95. Now, goodbye. Bye.